What is going on, beautiful people? Lee Hammock, your favorite self-aware narcissist known as mental illness. Just going live for a little bit, y'all. I'm going live every single day, doing some fitness-ish every single day. What the hell did my oh, there you go. It's upside down. Sugar pie, honey bunch, watching Shark Tale. Yo, what's up? What's up? What is up? Dominican Princess, what's going on? Give me a second, y'all. I gotta plug my phone up. Give me 1 sec. My iPhone done been through it, so I gotta plug it up in a very specific way or it doesn't charge. There you go. One and done, one and done. Toronto, what's up, what's up? Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Y'all, Toronto and Texas. I've actually been in Toronto. I was in Toronto and Texas last year. I'm about to start doing some more meetups and workshops here pretty soon, y'all. I have a self-love workshop that I'm hosting. Emily Rosa, what's going on? Self-love workshop that I'm hosting over Zoom here coming up in a couple weeks. I'm going to be announcing that here pretty soon. I'm working on my self-love course, all the other good stuff, y'all. Louisiana, what's up, what's up, what's up? London. What is going on, y'all? Hello from Arizona. Get to Boston or Connecticut, please. My wife is actually in Connecticut right now. Somebody sent me a request to be on live. Do you actually want to be on here? What is this in my little beard? Can you talk about the narc father and son relationships and how that dynamic affects the son? It really just depends on how that narcissistic person is viewing their son. Because Dallas is actually our next, actually one of our next in-person workshops. Dallas, Texas, we're working on right now. But yeah, it depends on how that father, the narcissistic father, views that son. Honestly, because try to work on them to make them the best possible. If they're the scapegoat, they just, put them down consistently and things like that. Mm-mm-mm. Can you hear me? Do all narcs come back for you? No, not all of them. Well, try it, y'all. Not all narcissists come back. Narcissist has to be diagnosed by a medical professional. Yeah, it has to be. Narcissistic personality disorder has to be diagnosed by a medical professional or psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever. But you don't. You know if you're dealing with a narcissistic person. Yeah, you don't need a diagnosis to know that you're dealing with a uh, toxic bastard, so to speak. Mm-mm-mm. Should I warn the new girl, or is it not worth it? A lot of times, it's not worth it because they'll just look at you. They'll just look at you like you're. A lot of times, it's not worth it because just look at you like you're jealous. You are correct on that. Your video said, "If I treated you so horrible, you would have left by now." How would you respond to that? Me? How would I respond to that? I would leave. I would leave, but everybody's situation is different. But I would leave in that scenario right there because if you don't leave them, they're going to continue to treat you the same way because that's just a statement of fact. Like if I'm treating you so badly, why don't you just leave? So if you don't leave, then am I really treating you that badly? I just saw somebody asking me about the smear campaign. What? Hold on. What is that? I was gonna starts on smear campaign. Smear campaigns are, false. It's just lies and conjecture to try to shift the narrative in the narcissistic person's perspective in their way. Hey Lee, what's going on? Task Kent 81. I've blocked my toxic narcissist that started to make me feel I was the bad one. Yeah, good job. Good for you. Good for you. Explain gray rock. Gray rocking is when you just go outside, pick up a gray rock from your driveway or from the surrounding area, study that rock. that rock has no emotional. That rock will give you no emotional reaction, no matter what you do to it. You know what I mean? No emotional reaction to what you do to it. So you want to try your hardest to remove any type of emotional response to narcissistic people. White knight narcissist. They definitely 100% exist. There's a they want to be the good guy or good girl. They just want to have their role as the person, you know what I mean, the savior. Do narcs not see their kids to get you mad? Sometimes, but they also don't see some of them don't see their kids because they don't care about them. If I'm keeping it real. Great analogy on the gray rock. I just came up with that too. That was just off the top of my head. That was literally just off the top of my head. I've never said that before. I wonder how that would go over. Thank y'all. That was literally off the top of my head. I promise you, I did not think about it. It was literally. Can't tell if he had ADHD or narcissism. Some people that are narcissists will tell you that they have ADHD to explain some of their behaviors. This is ADHD. Mine just called me a psychopath a few hours ago because I had found out he's busy talking bad about me and telling people to stay away from me. Oh, yeah, of course. Now you are a psycho. You see what I'm saying? What about going back to an ex in the same field to keep them relevant? I mean, I can see that happening. He said, you feel like you settled. If he knows I'm settling, why don't he leave? Why don't you? You see what I'm saying? Because that's very self-deprecating language right there. So if I'm just like here, just like, I'm sorry I couldn't be the man you wanted me to be. I'm sorry I couldn't live up to your expectations of what a man's supposed to be. You see how I'm playing the victim in that statement right there? That's what he's doing when you say, "Oh, you feel like you feel like you settled." I'm sorry you feel like you settled for me. Why don't you? So in that scenario right there, you settle for him. He didn't settle for you. You see what I'm saying? So he's winning. You the one who settled. So he's winning. So if he says that, it's like listen to his language. Pick his language apart. You settled. He didn't. He thought he might have married up or dated up. He good. Shit. Why would I leave? Why would I leave? Why would I leave you if I feel like you settled? You know what I mean? I'm sorry I'm not the best boyfriend. I'm sorry I just keep cheating. I just can't help it. Love me through the cheating, please. Some of y'all will like give a person the shoulder of the crown that cheated on you. Like they'll cheat on you and start crying, and you'll let them cry on your shoulder. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. Why is narcissist always acting broke and don't like taking care of? I mean, some of them are broke. Keep it hot. Some of them are broke. Not all narcissists are broke, but some of them are broke. Do you have any advice for a toxic person to stay consistent in their healing process? I have a series on my YouTube channel called Self-Aware Sundays. I can show it to you. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me show you my Here you go. Y'all gotta keep it hot. Keep it hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza. See right here? This series right here on my YouTube channel, Self-Aware Narcissist Sundays. All things about self-aware narcissism. This series is about my therapy journey and how I deal with it. So on my YouTube channel, Self-Aware Narcissist Sundays. And also, I know y'all be asking about my wife's perspective. Wife's live chats. My wife has a series on there too. So like all this stuff is on my YouTube channel, y'all. So follow my YouTube channel. Like literally. Have a long podcast. It's on YouTube. Frank B, what's on, man? What did borderline meets narcissist say? Staying with a toxic person means a part of us likes the toxicity. It may feel familiar to you. I mean, yeah, sometimes that's how it goes, though. Tess can't be keeps blocking me and getting. Is that your person? You and Leon Walker should really do a podcast. I think both of you are talented, educational, handsome. Me and him, me and him actually did a series. I mean, we did a live very recently. It's on my YouTube channel as well. It's all that on your YouTube. Yes, all my longer videos on YouTube, y'all. Like literally, y'all. A lot of people, a lot of y'all be asking questions. Then I'll be like, just go to the YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Just go to the YouTube. Cause like, look, y'all, look at my YouTube channel. Like, look at this right here. I have 4,600 videos on my YouTube channel. 4,600 longer videos. Longer videos. Will a narcissist ever change even with therapy? Some, I would say most of them probably won't, y'all. I am leaving mine. Be safe when you do that. Yeah, literally, I have like literally hundreds. I have thousands. I was gonna say hundreds. I have thousands of videos on my YouTube channel. What does your brother think of your MPD? I think when my twin brother found out I had MPD, I think it actually helped, actually made our relationship better because he understands like how my mind works a little bit more now, like not to take everything I say and do so personal. You know what I mean? Perspective wise. Why won't the narc remove photos of me? Because those are his photos. It's kind of like a photographer. It's kind of like a professional photographer. When they take photos of you, they own the photos. They take photos of you, but they belong to the photographer. So it's just kind of like that. I own these photos, you know. Do you feel like your mindset has changed, or just the way you engage with others and behave? I feel like a little bit of both in that situation right there. Oh shit. Why won't he just leave? What's going on here? What's going on, girl?
Hi Lee, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Okay, so I have an update. I wanted to know your thoughts, and maybe others here can relate to it. I'm not sure. So this year, I thought I felt stronger in terms of my experience with him.
Yeah.
And so I felt like if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have learned how to realize what my worth is and like my self-love and everything. And so I actually thanked him. And I think he took that as an invitation, but I still had my boundaries up high. And I did not get back with him, even though he tried multiple times. And his tactics are now very clear to me. I still see how he's doing the gaslighting and guilt tripping and all that, even when I said, like, no, I'm not getting back with you and everything. And so then I told him, yeah, you really did not change like you say you are, and I know that you didn't. But I helped him through his troubles that he needed help with, just because I just felt bad. But I try to help him, but there's nothing else I could do more. And I realized that if I were to keep talking, it's going to get worse. And so then I stopped talking to him for a month. And now he's still like calling me, but I don't feel bothered by his calls anymore. But he's still saying, oh, I love you. I don't know what to do with my life anymore. And the same stuff. So
I'm assuming he's not talking to that young girl no more.
No, they broke up, but I think they are still trying to co-parently raise their dog together or something.
I was like, when did the kid get involved? So they're still so right there, the co-parenting the dog shit. I just a lot of times I just feel like that's an excuse to stay in each other's lives. It's kind of like this weird backup new supply limbo situation right there. Like, oh, we have the dog, so this is why I'm still talking to my ex. This becomes an excuse to you want me to just give my dog up, or you don't like animals, or you just saying I should abandon my dog, blah blah blah. You know, in that situation right there. But like of course, like just mindset wise, when you thanked him, that was an invitation to come back into his life. You see what I'm saying? It was like you thanked me for because especially with all the stuff that he was doing behind the scenes and all that stuff he was doing, not necessarily behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes. Like when you thank him for that, no matter how you intended, he interprets that as, you know what I mean, you want him back. You know, that's why he's telling you right now that he loves you and he's trying to wear you down. That's why a lot of times you deal with narcissistic people, they want to just exhaust you into just giving them another chance. Like, I do love you though. How can you tell if I changed if you don't give me another chance, you know? How do you?
Yeah, like I was waiting for you the entire time when I was with her. It's like,
Oh,
okay.
what?
He was like, he
Lord.
was like, the whole time I was in a relationship with her, like I kept thinking about you. Like I wanted to be with you, and everything. I was waiting for you. And I'm like, oh, so you being in a new relationship is waiting for me. That's cool. Oh, it really took me to get cheated on to know how you felt. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go, but okay.
Didn't he send you like a weird video of him like trying to cut his wrist or something like that with his mouth?
With a butter
Yeah,
knife, yeah.
It's like, look what I'm doing. You got me doing this. It's just, I remember. I remember. See, I've talked to thousands of people. It's crazy how many people I talked to in the last couple of years. But I do remember very specific stories and whatnot. But yeah, just mindset wise, he probably does think he's going to get you back. I'm just being realistic with you because as long as he feel like he has access to you, he feel like he has a shot at getting you back. That's just how the mind of a narcissistic person works. It's just like, if you don't want me, then block me. If you don't want me, then leave me alone. We don't. Why do we need to be talking? If we're not friends, then what are we? You know,
Yeah.
it kind of gets into that mindset of like, if we're not friends, then what are we doing here? So I feel like you have to ask yourself the question too, like, what am I doing then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can thank him from across the street. Like you can like send a carrier pigeon with a note attached to his ankle if you want to thank him. But just like continuing to allow him access is going to catch you up because sooner or later something's going to happen in your life where you feel vulnerable. And guess what's going to happen? You'll be crying or sad or something, and then ding, just right then and there, hey, I just want to let you know I love you, and boom, got you. You know,
Yeah.
nobody else is here for me except for him, and then he got you, and then you get wrapped into this dynamic, and then you end up wasting more time, wasting more of your life in this space right here. You know, so I feel like you have to ask yourself the question, like, what am I doing here? You know,
Yeah.
and be honest with yourself, like, what am I doing here in this situation, in this scenario? Because if a man can literally tell you try to use another woman to get over you, that's damn evil. That's evil. That means he just uses people to serve him. You know what I mean? She was serving a purpose in my life that I was just using her. I was thinking about her. It's kind of like putting a mask on her. That's wildness right there. You know, just to even say that to make it seem like it's sweet, it's endearing. Like that's weird. You know, it's like I was telling her I love her. I was doing traveling and trips with her, and letting her meet my parents and all this other stuff. But I was thinking about you the whole time. What?
Yeah. That makes sense.
I know you said I think you said his mom had worked close to you or something like that. You saw his mom walking. So yeah, random stuff pops in my head from back when we were talking.
Yeah. But I mean, I have a new chapter starting now. I'm going to an Ivy League that I got accepted in, so I'm excited about that. Thank you.
Hey,
And so, going in, so I'm glad that I restarted no contact
yeah,
again, but I'm not as much in pain or anything that I used to be in back then when it was more fresh. Like, yeah, I hung out with him a couple times this year because he took it as an open invitation. I thought we could be
hey,
civil, but it wasn't. I could still see the tactics, but it was like funny to me seeing it now because I'm like, wow, how could I like let that go in the past? But at least I see it now. Okay, I try to help him. It's about like the moment it tried to hit my mental health, I was like, yeah, no, I can't
yeah,
do this anymore. And so then I started no contact.
yeah,
So he still calls me, no caller IDs, but I haven't been picking up for a month.
yeah,
I think it's getting easier day by day. And I hope it gets easier for like the people watching this too. It does get better day by day. I think he's going to. The last time we talked, like long time, like in the spring, he mentioned how he was going to drop an album, and in that album, it's one of the songs where he recorded me when I was upset on the phone
oh,
with him back when we used to be dating, so like 2 years ago. And so part of me is like, do I just let him do whatever he wants with it and let him release it, even though that was a private conversation or not? He did show me the song. He did, I did listen to it, but I guess I should just like let it go, right? Because I don't want to open up. I don't want to go back and talk to him over something that's trivial. Like
I mean,
it's fine,
I,
right?
I guess I mean, what can you do about that? Sue him. You know what I mean? It's just in that space right there. What can you actually do about it if you think about it? It's just in that scenario, in that situation right there. So you might have to let that one go, and you might need to write your own album, and the cover of it be him trying to cut his wrist with a butter knife if he wants to play games. You know what I'm saying? That's how my mind goes. Like, you want to do this? We can play. We can play. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a song. I don't think it's not, he doesn't have the resources and anything for it to go like places anyway, unfortunately. So I think I should just like let it slide, right? So
Yeah, I would, like I said, he would just use that as an excuse to, well, let's come sit down and talk to me. Let's talk about it. How we can make this happen so we both can be happy. You see, I can co-parent a dog. Why can't I co-parent my album? You know what I'm saying? That'd just be some silly shit to keep you in his life. You know what I mean? It's just in that space right there. So I just feel like that does happen quite a bit. You know, but he does want you to just care about that song, which is like, why he showed it to you, because they always try to embarrass you in spaces like that. You know.
so now since I'm going to get started on my new journey, I actually bought your
Hey,
book.
hey, I love it.
So everyone, please go buy this. I Love Me, a self-love journal written by Lee Hammock. It's on Amazon. I'm sponsoring. No, I'm just kidding.
I love that. I appreciate that. I
So,
appreciate that. That's empowering. Yeah.
yeah, but when I was like looking through it, I think it made me realize that I have to kind of think about before I do write to it. I feel like I do have to think about it for a little bit before I do start writing it, because I still need to know who I am, still get a sense of me. Like, who is Rashika? What do I want? So I feel like as I like look at the words, I'm just trying to brainstorm before I write. Or do you just suggest I just write whatever I think right now?
I feel like write what you think first and then come back later. I just feel like just let it flow, because you don't want to think about it. You mean, just like let it flow from you in that moment. And then I just feel like sometimes you go through it and you come back, you're just like, damn, I feel this way now. I just feel like it helps you change your perspective a little bit of it kind of shows you where you were then, or like, date it. Write a date beside it, where you were, where you are, today is the 11th, and where you might be the 11th of the next month, or the 11th of the next year, or something along those lines right there. You know what I mean? Just in that space.
Yeah. But it feels very empowering to like feel like, it's gonna be fine now. I'm not as affected by it. I see everything
Yeah.
clearly. Nothing's gonna ever change, and I know I deserve
Yeah.
more. So
Yeah. I love me. There you go.
I love me.
That's why I said it. I love me. I just tell people, just like, there's nothing wrong with loving you. Like I say, just you got to empower yourself. Like, you're winning right now. Like I say, going to the Ivy League, people like him will curtail your future and just have you dropping out of school because you got a baby or something like that. Not gonna take care of the baby. They'll sidetrack your life. You know what I mean? Because I've talked to people in that very unique position where they're like, doing something that they shouldn't be doing right now because they left a good job or dropped out of school for a significant other. You know what I mean? So that happens all the time. So don't let that curtail your life. You know, he will. I promise you, he'll take you for a ride. If you want to ride, he'll take you for one.
No, I'm okay. Thank you. I'll buy my own car. Okay, well, thank you so much, Lee. I hope you have a wonderful
You as
day.
well. Thank you for coming on here, girl. Appreciate you. Thank you. Be
Okay.
safe. So,
Thank you. Bye.
yay. Yay. We slip. We might falter a little bit, y'all, but we do bounce back. That's all about bouncing back right there. I love that right there. And she had the journal. Yay. I appreciate that, y'all. But there's a lot of moving pieces going on right here, y'all. I think I got time for one more, but then I have to. I have some Zoom calls I got to hop on, y'all. So I got some Zoom calls I got to do here in a few minutes. But I'll talk one more.
My goodness, you accepted my video.
What's up? What are you doing?
It's a whole bunch that I kind of want to talk to you about. I'm currently, so I have BPD.
Okay. Yay.
And my now ex-husband has, well, I don't know if he does, because he's never been to therapy. He refused to go.
Okay.
But like a lot of his behavior is consistent with that, at least. And I've even like sat with him and spoken with him and showed him things, and he said that he's seen it too.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm calling because I'm in a weird situation. So I was living in Michigan. Okay, so we got married in 2015.
Okay.
I left him in 2019 because it was very toxic. And at that point, I had been hospitalized several times for like suicidal ideation and stuff like that because it was so bad for my mental health. We have 2 children.
Okay.
Okay, so we've been separated since 2019, back and forth type situation. And he has been here in California with another woman taking care of her and her child. So we got legally divorced in February because I filed for divorce in November because I was finally like, oh, I'm done. And then he came to visit for our son's birthday at the end of March, and we got back together.
After the divorce?
Yes.
I hear that story so many times. It's wild.
We got back together and he convinced me that like he was finally ready to do all the work. And I had been through so much at this point, but I'm just like, for my children, and like it's really what I had always wanted, you know.
I feel some energy coming. Are you pregnant right now?
I'm not that I'm aware of.
Oh, I thought you were leading into like I'm pregnant again. Like,
No. So what happened is he ended up convincing me to move to California.
okay.
So I got rid of everything and excommunicated and moved all the way to California. And I was here for 1 month, and he left me for his old supply.
Oh my God.
I bought a house. My mortgage is like so much now and everything, and he just left us. And I tried to work things out, but now I'm like trying to just stay strong and like know that like I deserve better. But like something happened yesterday and it made me like really uncomfortable, and like I'm trying to figure out if it's like just in my head or not. But so he gets like 4 days off every couple of days, right? And when he has this time off, he does not spend it with my children. Like he only comes and spends like 2 hours with them. That's it. And we've been fighting about it. So I've been trying to like just, you know, disconnect. But like yesterday when he picked them up, before he picked them up, everything was working fine. Then he took them and, you know, they did their normal thing, but then he blocked my number while he had them. And so I tried to text him and it didn't go through, and I was calling him and it wasn't going through. So I like panicked and I freaked out, and I thought he was like trying to take them.
Yeah.
And then I finally got through to him. He's like, oh, like that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm like, part of me feel like that's what he was trying to do and he just got caught. I don't know. Like,
right. That seems like, man, you don't block people accidentally because there's so many fail safes in that. You don't just block people. Oops, I didn't mean to block you. I didn't realize I did it. You know, so that
like
does
even
seem.
this morning, I called his number because I noticed that the message still didn't go through, even to this day. And I, for some reason, like if I call him first, it won't go through. And then if I call like twice, then it'll go through. And then he answered, and I'm like, do you have my number blocked? Like, and he was like, no, I didn't block your number. But I'm like, the messages aren't going through. So I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you and see if like you had any tips, because I can't really go no contact.
Yeah, I mean, I see in that space right there. So I just feel like if there's no parenting plan in place, I just feel like that you probably need to get that in order, because like technically he probably could just keep the kids, not bring them back, and
I have custody of them.
Okay.
And the divorce. So, but it's just like I don't know how to I want him to spend more time with the kids. Like I really want him to spend more time with the kids. I don't understand how to get him to see like this situation, this woman that he is with, like it's not going to be permanent, right? Well, I'm just saying that because like before we got back together, he was cheating on her and everything too. So he wasn't treating her good either.
I mean, but they technically don't. You don't have to treat them good to stay with them. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes they'll stay with people who tolerate their behaviors. You know, they'll stay with who just put up with what they do. It's just like, oh, you let me cheat on you, take me back, cool.
Yeah,
I can leave.
She knew about us and everything. Like she knew about him coming back and like fixing everything, and she knew about y'all. So they'll probably still be together. Oh,
but what
I want her like kid.
The next is that she probably I mean, he probably has you in a very unique predicament where he's going to try to keep you on the hook too. So it wouldn't shock me if he tried to make a move on you again here pretty soon to have this like, balance.
that he not worried because I messaged him one day. I sent him a picture. And I was like, you know, like I just want to remind you, like you will never have me back. Like
Yeah.
I'm good, you know. And he was like, I'm not worried about that because I haven't wanted you since the first time I tried to leave you. So
Yeah, but y'all literally got divorced and back together. So I just feel like sending him that picture is just like he's just like, okay, whatever you say. In his mind, he might take that as a challenge. You see what I'm saying?
he's not trying to get back with me though. He's trying to discard me right now. Like he's just
But I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't surprise me and shock me if the behaviors kind of regress to what they were to him to try to get you back and then play this game back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because y'all been, you said 2015. It's been 8 years, so it's just like, why would it stop now? And y'all have kids, so you can't technically you can't just cut them off completely, especially in states like that. But who just knows? Like I said, he might like be turning his phone off around her or blocking you while he's around her or something like that because he done told her some type of lie about how y'all don't talk
yeah.
anymore.
He said that I was trying to
Yeah.
set him up. I'm like, what?
So in space,
Like,
you know, yeah. So
I'm sorry, this is our son here.
but it's just very unique spaces like that, though. But so I do have to hop off here. I have to hop into a Zoom call real quick. Okay. But I appreciate you hopping on here. Just be safe. Don't let him, like I said, don't let him trigger any kind of emotional reactions from you because a lot of times they want to get you to react to them just to prove that you still care about them, but they still have some type of control over you.
So just try to stay.
Controlling your reactions is like a superpower, you know.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Take care of yourself, okay?
Okay.
All right. But yeah, I do have to hop over here. I'm like on Zoom right now. I still do my Zoom call, so I have to hop off into this Zoom like literally right now, y'all. So I might hop back on here later on and whatnot, y'all. But if y'all don't follow me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. The YouTube channel is popping. I promise you. I have a lot longer videos on YouTube, and I do these guest shows like this right here. I do them on YouTube all the time. So be safe, take care of yourselves, and until this is out. Peace.